All right, today we are going to review for your Unit 7 post test that you will take. So we're going to go through the post test review that is posted in Google Classroom. So this unit we were looking at integer exponents. So we're going to talk more about that as we're running through this post test review. Which expressions are equivalent to this exponential expression? So let's look at number 1. Here we have 5 squared raised to the negative third power times 5 to the fourth power divided by 5 to the negative fourth power. Now, as we can see with this problem, they all have the same base of 5. And when you have the same base, you can apply those integer properties. So we're going to begin by looking at this right here. So we have 5 squared raised to the negative third power. When you have 5 squared raised to a power, so a power raised to a power, that's when you use multiplication. So we're going to keep our base of 5, and then we're going to multiply 2 times negative 3, which is negative 6. And we multiply that times 5 to the fourth power divided by 5 to the negative fourth. All right, now we're going to continue to use our rules or our properties for our integer exponents. So let's look at this. So here we have a multiplication problem. So 5 to the negative 6 times 5 to the fourth. Again, we're going to keep our base of 5. And remember, when we're multiplying exponents, that means we add the exponents together. So we have negative 6 plus positive 4. Our signs are different, so we would subtract. 6 minus 4 is 2. So that's going to be a negative 2 over 5 to the negative fourth power. All right, now we have division. Remember, with dividing exponents with the same base, we're going to subtract the exponent. So we have negative 2 minus negative 4. Remember, when you subtract integers, you're going to add the opposite sign. So negative 2 plus positive 4 would be a positive 2. So this is going to be 5 squared. Now, as we know, we can also write that just in standard form. So that would be 5 times 5, which is 25. So for number 1, you would have 5 squared, which is also 25. All right, let's move on to the second question. Which number is the same as 4 to the negative first power times 2 cubed divided by 4 to the negative second power? Um, Here we have a lot of different information. So let's look at this because not every one of our numbers shares the same base. So let's start with 4 to the negative first power. When you have a negative exponent or a negative 1, we can rewrite this number as a fraction with a positive exponent. So that could be written as 1 over 4, okay? Then we're multiplying that times 2 cubed. So 2 cubed is the same as 2 times 2 times 2. 2 times 2 is 4, and 4 times 2 is 8. So 2 cubed is 8, divided by 4 to the negative second power. So 4 to the negative second power, again, remember with that exponent, what that means is you're moving, with that exponent, we're going to rewrite this. So 4 to the negative second power is the same as saying 1/4 times 1/4, okay, which is 1/16, because 4 to the negative first power is 1/4. So 4 to the negative second power would be 1/16. So now we have 1/4 times 8 over 1. Now remember, when we divide fractions, so when we have 8 divided by 1/16, that's the same as multiplying by a reciprocal. So that's 8 over 1 times the reciprocal, which is 16 over 1. Now we can cross simplify. 4 and 8 share a common factor of 4. 4 divided by 4 is 1. 8 divided by 4 is 2. So now we're going to multiply 1 times 2 times 16, and that gives us 32. So what number, so that means standard form, is the same as 4 to the negative first power times 2 cubed divided by 4 to the negative second power? That would be 32. So remember, when you have those negative exponents, you're writing them as fractions to have positive value. All right, the next question, question number 3. Simplify the expression so there's only one power for each base. So as you can see, we have 5 and 6/10 to the negative fifth power and 5 and 6/10 to the third power. So we can simplify those because they have the same base. All right, and then we have 3 and 4/10 to the negative seventh power and 3 and 4/10 to the negative fourth power. So that's 3 and 4/10 to the negative 7 times 3 and 4/10 to the negative fourth. Now we can apply our properties. So here we have multiplication. We're going to keep our 5 and 6/10 because our base is the same. So we have negative 5 plus 3. Signs are different, so we would subtract. 5 minus 3 is 2. So that would be negative second power. Okay. Then we have the base of 3 and 4/10. Here we have a negative 7 plus negative 4. So again, negative 7 plus negative 4. We add, our signs are the same. So that's a negative 11. So that's going to be 5 and 6/10 to the negative second power times 3 and 4/10 to the negative 11 power. So what we had to do here was rewrite it where we're grouping our common bases, and then since we're using multiplication, we add those exponents. All right, next we have a group of astronomers observed light coming from a star located at a distance of so many light years from Earth. What is the distance expressed in scientific notation? So remember, scientific notation, what we're going to do is we are going to move our decimal to where we have a non-zero number, so a number between 1 and 9 to the left of our decimal value. So here we actually have 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21. We have 24 zeros in this number. So I'm going to rewrite this. 2, 3. All right, and now what we're going to do is we're going to show how we move our decimals. So when we're changing from standard form to scientific notation, we're going to count our decimal places. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. So as you can see here, we had to move our decimal 26 spaces so that we could have a number between 1 and 9 to the left of our decimal place to write it in scientific notation. Since this number here is greater than 1 whole, that means you have a positive exponent. So that's going to be 3 and 31 hundredths times 10 to the 26 power, which is A on our answers. All right, the next question says, using the property of integer exponents, match each expression with the correct equivalent expression. Okay, so basically what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to work through each of these problems and then place them in the correct or match them with the correct expression that's equivalent to it. So let's start with the first one we see here. 2 to the second power raised to the second power times 2 to the third raised to the negative third. So again, remember, when it's a power raised to a power, that's when we use multiplication. So 2 times 2 is 4. So that's 2 to the fourth power times, we have 3 times negative 3, which is 2 to the negative ninth power. Now we can combine now we can use our integer rule for our property with our exponents. So we have multiplication, so we're going to add 4 plus negative 9. Signs are different, so we would subtract, and that leaves us with negative 5. So 2 to the negative fifth, we see right here, is 2 squared raised to the second power times 2 cubed raised to the negative third. So those are equivalent expressions. All right, so now we have the negative second power raised to the negative fourth power raised to the negative second. So again, we're going to multiply. So we have negative 4 times negative 2 is going to give us a positive 8. So that's 2 to the 8th power times, here we have 2 times 0 is 0. So that's 2 to the 0 power, which we know is 1. So that's going to leave us with just 2 to the 8th power. So this is the equivalent expression. All right, next we have 2 to the 4th times 2 squared to the negative square. 2 times negative 2 is going to give us a negative 4. So here we have 4 plus negative 4, which is 0. So here we have 2 to the 0 power. Well, what do we know about any number raised to the 0 power? That is equal to 1. So that's equivalent to this expression here. Which process of elimination leaves us with the last one, but let me show you how. So we have 2 times negative 6, so that's going to be 2 to the negative 12th power divided by negative 5 times negative 4 is 2 to the positive 20th power. So this is division. Remember, with division, we subtract our exponents. So we're going to keep, change, switch, and that's negative 32. So we can see the equivalent expression written in this last one down below. All right, question number 6. A physicist discovers an element whose atom has a mass of so many grams. He makes an entry in his journal and writes it in scientific notation. So this is another way that we can write in scientific notation. This E right here represents that we are multiplying times a power of 10, okay? So the number in front of that E is going to be our decimal. That's between 1 and 10. And then our exponent is going to be after the E. So we're going to move our decimal. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 places. So I know that my exponent is 15, but it's going to be a negative 15 because this number is less than one whole. So when you have a number less than one whole, your exponent is negative. A number greater than one whole is positive, okay? So that means that this number right here would be 1 in 1200. So this is kind of sloppy. So in scientific notation written this way, you would have 1 in 1200 E, so that's times 10 to the negative 15. So that's how you would write it in that form.